In this podcast episode, psychologist Guy Winch shares insights into the emotional landscape of love, heartbreak, and the psychological mechanisms that govern our relationships. Winch, who has spent over 3 decades in clinical psychology, discusses various topics, including the nature of love as an addiction, the impact of emotional pain, and the importance of emotional literacy. Winch opens the discussion by likening love to an addiction, emphasizing that the brain's response to romantic love mirrors the neurological patterns observed in substance addiction. He explains that when individuals fall in love, they become psychologically dependent on their partner, leading to intense emotional highs and lows. This dependency can create a cycle of euphoria and despair, particularly evident during breakups. The withdrawal from love activates similar brain mechanisms as those seen in substance withdrawal, making the emotional pain of heartbreak comparable to physical pain. Winch highlights that this addiction often begins before heartbreak occurs, as individuals become enamored with their partners. The initial stages of love can lead to obsessive thoughts and behaviors, where every interaction is scrutinized for meaning. This intense focus can create unrealistic expectations and emotional turmoil, especially when the relationship faces challenges. Understanding this addiction can help individuals navigate their feelings and recognize the signs of unhealthy attachment. Delving deeper into the science of emotional pain, Winch discusses how functional MRI scans reveal that emotional trauma activates the same areas of the brain as physical pain. This connection underscores the significance of emotional wounds, which are often overlooked in favor of physical injuries. Winch points out that society tends to prioritize physical health, leaving emotional health underappreciated and poorly understood. He argues that the lack of resources and support for emotional pain is alarming, especially considering the high divorce rates and relationship dissatisfaction prevalent today. Winch believes that emotional health should be treated with the same urgency as physical health, advocating for greater awareness and education around emotional well-being. By recognizing the parallels between emotional and physical pain, individuals can better understand their experiences and seek appropriate support. Winch emphasizes the critical nature of relationship dynamics, particularly during the early stages of a relationship. He likens these dynamics to wet cement, which can be molded and shaped when fresh, but becomes rigid and difficult to alter once it hardens. This metaphor illustrates the importance of establishing healthy patterns and communication early on, as these will set the precedent for the relationship's future. He cautions against ignoring red flags or dismissing behaviors that may seem minor at first. Instead, individuals should actively engage in discussions about their expectations, boundaries, and values. By doing so, they can create a solid foundation for their relationship, reducing the likelihood of conflict and dissatisfaction later on. Winch's insights highlight the necessity of intentionality in relationships, encouraging individuals to be proactive rather than reactive. The conversation also touches on the psychological process of falling in love, which often occurs with limited information about the partner. Winch explains that people tend to fill in the gaps with optimism and idealization, leading to a skewed perception of their partner. This phenomenon can result in disappointment when the reality of the relationship does not align with the initial fantasy. Winch suggests that individuals should take the time to truly get to know their partner before fully committing. He advocates for experiencing various situations together, such as traveling or meeting each other's families, to gain a more comprehensive understanding of one another. By doing so, individuals can make more informed decisions about their relationships and avoid the pitfalls of unrealistic expectations. Winch emphasizes that heartbreak leaves emotional voids that must be filled to facilitate recovery. Many individuals resort to numbing behaviors, such as excessive screen time or substance use, which can hinder the healing process. Instead, he encourages individuals to actively engage in self-care and seek out supportive relationships. Winch also highlights the importance of emotional literacy in navigating heartbreak. By understanding and articulating their feelings, individuals can better process their emotions and move forward. Winch recommends exercises that promote self-reflection and emotional expression, allowing individuals to confront their pain rather than avoid it. This proactive approach can significantly shorten the duration of emotional suffering. Winch discusses the critical role of self-esteem in relationships and emotional health. He notes that individuals with high self-esteem are less likely to tolerate unhealthy dynamics or settle for less than they deserve. Building self-esteem requires self-reflection and an honest assessment of one's strengths and weaknesses. Winch encourages individuals to create lists of their positive attributes and areas for growth, fostering a greater sense of self-acceptance. Moreover, he emphasizes the need for individuals to cultivate emotional resilience. By developing coping strategies and emotional intelligence, individuals can better navigate the challenges of relationships and life. The conversation also addresses the influence of social media on relationships, particularly for younger generations. Winch points out that social media can create unrealistic expectations and foster feelings of inadequacy. The constant comparison to others can lead to anxiety and depression, further complicating individuals' emotional landscapes. He urges listeners to be mindful of their social media consumption and its effects on their mental health. By recognizing when social media is contributing to negative feelings, individuals can take steps to limit their exposure and prioritize real-life connections. Winch stresses the importance of effective communication in relationships, particularly when addressing conflicts. He notes that many individuals struggle to articulate their feelings, often resorting to vague expressions of dissatisfaction. This lack of clarity can lead to misunderstandings and resentment. To improve communication, Winch recommends using tools such as the emotion wheel, which helps individuals identify and express their feelings more accurately. By articulating specific emotions, individuals can foster deeper understanding and connection with their partners. In discussing emotional health, Winch highlights the power of gratitude as a tool for enhancing well-being. He explains that practicing gratitude can shift one's perspective and improve overall mood. By focusing on the positive aspects of life and expressing appreciation for others, individuals can cultivate a more optimistic outlook. Winch encourages listeners to engage in gratitude exercises, such as writing letters to people who have positively impacted their lives. This practice not only benefits the individual, but also strengthens relationships by fostering connection and appreciation. Throughout the conversation, Winch emphasizes that personal growth is a lifelong journey. He encourages individuals to embrace challenges and view them as opportunities for learning and development. By adopting a growth mindset, individuals can navigate setbacks with resilience and emerge stronger. Winch's perspective on personal growth aligns with the idea that relationships are not static, but rather dynamic and evolving. As individuals grow and change, so too do their relationships. By committing to ongoing self-improvement and open communication, individuals can foster healthier, more fulfilling connections. Finally, Winch reiterates the significance of emotional literacy in navigating life's challenges. He emphasizes that understanding and articulating emotions is essential for personal well-being and healthy relationships. By developing emotional intelligence, individuals can better manage their feelings and respond to others with empathy and understanding.